offense and the offensive line. So I believe, this game is going to be a big game for the offensive line. Just proving people that, we're not the same group we've been for the last 2 years.
You get the pleasure of going against Taven Bryan every day. How far has he come in the last year, and what's the limit for him?
Man, the sky's the limit for him, honestly. I mean, he's done everything, making sacks, causing penetration in the run game. He's just all around a great player. The player he really reminds me a lot, in the NFL is J.J. Watt. His size and just his causing, disruption in play. So he's a great player, and I can't wait to see him play this Saturday.
C.J., what's the intensity been like from August to now, knowing this game's been on the horizon?
Man, this camp Coach Matt put us through has been a hard camp. He's been talking. He told us from the get-go, hey, this is going to be a tough camp. I'm gonna work you guys every day, and we'll get done with camp. We'll get done with the practice. Listen, all right, it's overtime. Overtime we'll have like a 10-minute period overtime, or one shot, one kill. So the intensity has been high, because the first game is a very big game. So, every day has been a challenge, and we've been getting better. We've accepted the challenge that he's given us.
What do you think about all the hype that Michigan's D linemen are getting, Gary and Hurst and those guys?
I believe they live up to it. Honestly, I've been watching them on the field. They're a great group. Honestly, Hurst, he's a great guy. He gets off the ball, penetration, makes sacks, makes TFLs in the run game. So it's going to be a battle. So my hat's off to those guys. Those are good guys, but we're going to fire our tails off. We're going to see who's going to win.
Do you sense that players understood that sense of urgency throughout camp?
Yeah, I believe everybody, from defense to offense, every day, our challenge is to grow. Coach Matt's been talking to us about growing this whole camp, growing in the run game, growing in the pass game, and just growing as a team. So this whole camp, we've been doing a lot of team activities, bonding with each other. We also had Ahmad Black come back. He used to be here. He won a national championship, and one thing he told us, the one thing about my team is that, we're a family. So this whole camp, we've been becoming a family and just working hard against each other every day.
TJ, there's been a lot of talk about quarterbacks, kind of all eyes on that.
Yeah.
Have you guys kind of talked to each other behind the scenes and laughed like you guys know what's going on and can't wait to show it?
Honestly, I haven't really talked about it. I'm just whoever Coach Matt starts, that's who we're going with. So, our job as the offensive line is to protect the guy who's back there and, to listen to what he calls, whether it's Luke Del Rio, Felipe Franks, Kyle Trask, or Malik Zaire, whoever's starting, that's who we're going to protect, and that's who we're going to go with.
What about Jordan Scarlett? What have you seen out of him this game?
And I believe he's taking this game to another level, just, not physically, but just mentally, helping us in the passing game, making cuts, instead of hitting the ball front side, looking for the cutback lane. So, he's taking this game to a whole different level. So I'm really excited to see him play Saturday as well.
How much pressure do you think he can take off the quarterbacks this year if he has the season we all think he's going to have?
I mean, I believe we could take a lot of pressure on the QBs if we have a great running game. We got 4 good running backs, Michael Piron, Jordan Scarlett, Mark Thompson, and even those the 2 new freshmen, they're pretty good too. So, I can't wait to see them play. But I believe if we have a great run game this year, it'll take a whole lot of pressure off the QBs, like asking the QBs to make all the plays. So that's one of the things I believe will take pressure off the QBs.
As a center, the snap, the delivery, you're pretty comfortable with all 3 guys? And if you have to go to multiple guys, does that matter to you? Or no?
I'm comfortable, with any guy. So, I'm excited to see who's going to start this weekend. And whoever's going to start, that's who I'm going to go with.
Are you surprised the coaches haven't told you guys yet?
I mean, not really. I mean, the last 2 years it's been like that. So, when my freshman year, when I redshirted, they decided Dale, Will Greer, or Treon Harris was going to start. And last year it was kind of the same deal. So, it hasn't been a surprise. So, all 3 QBs, all 4 QBs have been working in. So, I'm comfortable with either one.
Tell me about the tape. You got fear written on there, 413.
Oh, this is something my dad gave me, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'm a big Christian, so I believe, every day representing God and, going out in that field, I can do all things through him. And then fear not, there's been a lot of hype about Michigan and talking about, they're a great team, they beat us 41-7, my freshman year. So a lot of people's been talking about, they're a great team, a lot of people have been trying to make it scary. So I said, fear not. And then Coach Matt's been talking about grow and just showing grit, being tough. And then right here I got finish. We've been having hard practices. So when we get to the 4th quarter practice, I always tell the O-line finish. And I got master your craft. Coach Dave's been talking to us about that a lot. Mastering your kick set, mastering the snaps, all types of things on the offensive line. And then this is another thing my dad My dad gave me, it's called SLE. It's called snaps, because I'm a center. I got to make sure my snaps are perfect all the time. Leadership, making sure I lead the offensive line, and endurance, outlasting my opponent.
Do other guys have that reminders kind of?
Not really. I mean, okay. I'm the only one who has it, but I'm pretty sure they'll do something for the game. But I just kind of, that's one thing I did every camp. This whole camp, just put this on me, remind me of stuff I got to focus on every day in practice.
Every practice you wrote that? How long does it take to write on that?
Probably like 5 minutes. I do it like when I'm getting ready for practice.
And Mac has kind of laid this game on the line of scrimmage on Monday. He talked a lot about.
Oh yeah, he told us in the meeting. He said I want y'all to be physical, and he told us in the team meeting, I'm putting this game on y'all. He said they're talking a lot about the defensive front, and then he told the defense, hey, they're gonna run the ball. And we're gonna see who's gonna be tough and win. So he challenged both our fronts. So we're ready to accept the challenge, man.
What gives you the confidence that you guys can hold up and match up with that defensive line?
I mean, what gives us the confidence is that we've been working hard all summer, working hard all camp, and just, we've been in the system for 3 years. So, I know it inside and out. Everybody on the offensive line knows it inside and out, either first team or second team. So it's just knowing the system and playing. We've been playing with each other for a while, so having confidence in your guys, and just we've been growing, man. So that's why I have so much faith, and I trust Martez, I trust Brett Hagee, I trust Tyler Jordan, trust Fred Johnson, I trust Jawan Taylor. So I trust them, man. We're all dogs. That's our mentality. We're being dogs, and every time we break it down after practice, we break it down on tough, and we're gonna be some tough people this Saturday.
I know we asked you before about this, but when Max said in the spring that he thought the line could be the strength of the team, did that surprise you guys at all that he came out and said that then?
I mean, it didn't really surprise me, because it didn't surprise me because we've been in the system for a long time, and we look at other programs, probably like. Program I really looked at is Alabama's program when they had Chance Warmack and all those guys. They've been in the system for a long time, and they were able to win a national championship and just run the ball against Notre Dame, and win 42-14, and they just dominated a lot of scrimmage. So I believe that he's putting us on that pedestal. We've been in the system for a long time. Now it's time to dominate because we know what we're doing.
You mentioned Fred Johnson. What do you see different in him this year?
The difference I see in him this year is just the 1-2. And taking every practice rep serious. We get into practice, he's taking practice serious. He's knowing the game. He's knowing the game inside and out. When we're in the film, he's calling out things that the defense we're playing against this year. He's seeing line games, things of that nature. And just I say one thing, like physically, he's been changing his body and his feet work been getting better.
One more, guys. How often do you find yourself looking down at that and reading that or recalling that stuff?
I mean, I really don't look at it. I just kind of know it inside and out. I don't have to look at my phone right now. I kind of remember it. So once I write it down, I remember it, and I'm walking to the field and I'm remembering Philippians 4:13. I'm remembering all this stuff, and then when I get on the field, it's go time, So I really don't look at it during practice, because if I'm looking during practice, I'm probably gonna get yelled.
So you don't read during a football game?
No, not really. I mean, this year I probably might read my notes or something on the sideline. That's something I didn't do.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.